Hello everybody, my name is Stephen Howson. This is Full Time Devils and this is Full Time Review. Not a lot of happy Reds around this morning after the result against Tottenham Hotspur, losing 3-0 at home in a game that we really dominated in the first half, but a couple of mistakes. The team didn't have the confidence to then regain and follow through, and we're going to get into all of that later. But before we get into all of that, if you've not done it already, Sky Bet have a special new customer offer where if you bet £5, then they will give you £20 absolutely free. You must be 18 to take part. T's and C's apply. The link to the offer is in below or around this post somewhere. So after that, let's talk about the football then. So Manchester United was defeated at home 3-0 to Tottenham Hotspur, and not a lot of people want to talk about the football side of things. I thought from a football side of things, it was an extremely interesting game. We saw Jose Mourinho play Ander Herrera in defence as the right-hand side centre-half. When we was in possession, Ander sort of moved up and made it that 4-2-2 that we've spoken about a few times that some people think doesn't even exist. And we were strong quite throughout the middle. I think one of the major issues that we saw with the team was Romelu Lukaku has had 3 big chances now, which he's not managed to put away. He's had 3 chances given to him on a plate. He's got to put those away. I thought Pogba's performance was very reminiscent of last week against Brighton. Wasn't good enough. Too many mistakes and errors. And Matic as well. I know he's coming back from injury. I know it's his first game. But Matic had a couple of silly errors that led to United being put under pressure when he made them. Aside from that, I thought Ander Herrera played all right in defence. I've still not actually rewatched the goal. I believe he was at fault for the second goal. Obviously, he got booked early on, so he was always going to be an early substitution. Luke Shaw was fantastic. I really changed my opinion on Luke Shaw. I thought all of the talk that, you know, I'm coming, I'm getting back fit and all that, it's like the same old excuses, and you think, I'll believe it when I see it. Well, now I believe it. I believe Luke Shaw has actually turned the corner, and so, as long as he doesn't lose his place in this team, which, to be honest, I can't see happening, but I can see happening at the same time. I can see Jose throwing his teddies out of the pram at some point and just dropping him or putting Ashley Young in there for some crazy reason. But as long as he keeps his place, I think Luke Shaw's going to show us the player that he really is, and that is one positive to take. Another positive is that United actually went out and attacked Tottenham Hotspur. Now, we do this against the bigger teams, especially at home, and we have a little bit of success with them. Lukaku missing an open net is inexcusable. He's done well to get past the keeper, but then actually it's a tap-in. Take your time, take a breath, and put it in the back of the net, because I think going into half-time at 1-0 is a very different prospect, and then we don't concede so early in the second half, and we certainly don't concede 90 seconds later for the second goal. As soon as that second one went in, it was game over. United had to start trying to chase it, and you know what happens when you start trying to chase it. You start making mistakes, you leave holes at the back because you're more focused on trying to go and score a goal than you are about trying to keep a balance in the game. I thought it was tactically interesting to see United go to a back 3. I thought they was going to go to a back 3 because Spurs play with a back 3 and Jose likes to mirror what the opposition do if they're doing that. But it leaves us in a very sticky situation. Now, a lot of people are talking about Mourinho's future. Is he going to last? I did a fan cam last night where I said, I don't think he'll be here. It's not me demanding for him to be sacked. Too many people reply to the headlines of videos and not actually the content of videos. I think there's a very good chance he will walk because he hasn't been backed. And on the being backed thing, like, as I said, I think some of the players that play for Manchester United were signed for Jose that he didn't necessarily want. We know there's a couple of instances where he wanted players and wasn't given them, and people misunderstanding what I was saying about Rafael Varane as well. Rafael Varane's a hell of a footballer, and there was 100 million available if we could get Rafael Varane, who wasn't even interested. But Toby Alderweireld showed the calm, cool performance where he kept a clean sheet at Old Trafford last night. It could have been, and perhaps should have been, in a red shirt. The money wasn't there for Alderweireld, but more money was available if it was Varane because of the commercial aspects that come in and around Varane. We wasn't given Perisic the year before. We don't know what the Perisic and Lukaku link-up might have had. A player that crosses a ball to people's heads might have been brilliant for a big target man like Romelu Lukaku. Jose had a very interesting press conference, so I'm going to give you the press conference. I want you to really listen to the things that the manager says, because I think it's a big FU to the media from Jose Mourinho, and it's about time. But I'd like to see them go a step further, and I'd like to see the club start banning some of these journalists that write utter nonsense. Here's the press conference from the gaffer.
Jose, do you know what your best back 4 is at the moment?
No.
Hello?
No.
No, you don't?
No.
Why not?
Why don't?
Yeah.
Because in the first game played Lindelof and Bailly, and today played Jones and Smalling, but now Jones is injured. and in the next match will be Smalling with another one, and when Marcos Rojo come, will be also an option. And no, I don't know my best back four.
Is it affecting them by changing them a lot? Taking players in, taking players out, is that affecting the confidence in the way they defend?
No.
Jose, if you play a midfielder in the back three ahead of Lindelof, does that not affect Lindelof's confidence, his decision not trusting in the back three?
You want to make the miracle of my team played so well, and strategically we were so good, and you want to try to transform this press conference in a situation of let's blame the guy. I'm sorry, you have to tell me what is the most important thing, because I don't know. Because when I win matches, I come here many times and you are not happy that I won matches, and you say that the most important thing is the way of playing.
I'm just asking about the defense.
No, you have to make a decision in relation to that, because I need to know from you what is the most important thing, if it is to play well or if it is to win matches. If it is to play offensively or is to play for a certain result. Today we were aggressive, we pressed high, Tottenham couldn't make two passes coming from the back, they made lots of mistakes because of our pressure high. We project the full-backs, we had Valencia and Luke Shaw arriving in dangerous positions, we missed goals with an open goal, we missed chances, we were unlucky in rebounds in both goals. We lost the game because we conceded a goal in the first corner of the match against us on the minute 50-something. In the first half, 0 corners, 0 lateral free kicks, 0 frontal free kicks. On the minute 50-something, they had 1 corner, they score a goal. And you want, with that goal, you want to transform the story of the game. But don't lose your time, because today I had the proof that the best judge in football are the supporters. They are the best judge.
But many of the supporters walked out.
Yeah?
Towards the end. So
I'll do the same. Losing 3-0.
Yeah, so
Losing 3-0. Taking 2 hours from here to the center of Manchester, because is where I live, and I know that after matches it takes 2 hours. I'll do the same. So keep trying.
So were they
Keep trying.
Were they judging your team as not
Keep trying.
by walking out?
We lost last season here against Sevilla, and we were booed. Because we deserve. Because we were not good. Because we were not dangerous enough. Because Sevilla deserved to win the match. We were booed. And deservedly. And today the players, they left the pitch after losing at home, and they were applauded because they deserve it. So you keep trying and trying and trying and keep trying and keep trying.
Is it not a bit of a distraction?
Okay.
Now, just to finish, do you know that what was the result? 3-0.
You lost 3-0.
3-0. Do you know what this means? 3-0. But also mean 3 premierships, and I won more premierships alone than the other 19 managers together. 3 for me and 2 for them. Respect, 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 man, respect, respect, respect.
I've got to say, I absolutely loved that press conference from Jose Mourinho. I wish it had been in better circumstances. I wish he'd been able to do that on the back of a 3-0 victory. And he says that strategically everything was going to plan at the start. As I said earlier, we was dominating Tottenham, we was creating chances, created 10 chances in the first half. Jose Mourinho can't make Lukaku score an open net in the middle of the game. That's just not how it goes down, is it? That you've got to look at the big players in there. Your big players, your big signings did not step up to the plate yesterday. But what he also nails it is, he goes, do you want me to win or do you want me to play attackingly? Because I've sat here when I've won and you've moaned, and I've sat here and played attackingly and now you are moaning. He's absolutely correct. The United agenda in the media is so blatantly obvious for people to see that I can't believe that people still deny its existence. I really can't. The line that he drops, the absolute best line of this press conference is, the supporters are the best judge in football. And I like it that he's admitting how bad it was against Sevilla. So he mentions last season we were booed against Sevilla after we got beat here at home, and we were booed because we deserved to be booed. I like that he's acknowledging that. And I like that today he acknowledges, or last night he acknowledges, that today they was applauded because they deserved it. And then obviously he tells them about the 3 Premier League titles that he's got, more than the rest of the league combined. And then he goes on, respect. I get it, right? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. But I loved that press conference from Jose Mourinho because he's absolutely bang on correct. The way he's treated in the press is so different to others. And I see, he bought Bay and Lindelof. Why does he need another centre-half? Well, maybe he was admitting he was wrong on either one or both of those. And they knows they're not good enough and he wants to replace them. Other managers have managed to buy goalkeepers and replace them the next season. Buy centre-halves when they already had centre-halves, replacing them. We're still dealing with Sir Alex Ferguson signing from nearly a decade ago in defence in some parts. Why do you suppose we can't play attacking football and win? I don't suppose we can't play attacking football and win. I'm literally pointing out, as Jose said, we can play defensively and win sometimes. We can play attacking and win sometimes. There's no point I've ever said that we can't play attacking football and win. Literally pointing out, we could have won last night playing attacking football. The defensive errors weren't system errors. They weren't strategic errors. They were individual errors which happen in football. Now, sometimes they happen. They happened at the front with Lukaku. They happened at the back. Those coming together means that Manchester United lost the game. It wasn't a strategic thing that the team shape was wrong, which I think you could probably lay at the feet of the Brighton game. I thought strategically against Brighton we weren't good enough. I thought we didn't have the tools to be able to play through the press, and I thought the players didn't look like they was up for it, and we had defensive errors from the players which led to us losing the game. Against Tottenham, we had errors which meant we didn't score. We had errors which meant we conceded. But as Jose says, strategically, we dominated possession, we dominated chance creation, we dominated shots on target. That should be enough to win most games. Oscar says, money is not the issue. Spend what you like on who you like. Well, money might be the issue because he's not allowed to sign certain players that are going to make us better. Mike Williams says, we had a famous Man United and we're on our way to Burnley. We are going to be talking about Burnley in a second because that now looms on the horizon and that might be a must win. Alan Burns says he's a confidence player. Right, let's talk about this because I see a lot of people, and Adam is a big one that thinks that Jose Mourinho has lost the dressing room. Well, I want to just ask you guys, in your own opinion, was that first half performance the performance of a team that doesn't have faith or belief or any sort of connection with their manager? I thought that was a team that looked like they was up for it. Jesse Lingard looked completely up for it. We was chasing things down. Fred looked up for it. There was just individual errors that I thought from a couple of key players didn't really make it work for us. Now, we also spoke to a load of Reds outside Old Trafford last night, so we've got a lot of the fan cams coming up, and there's differing opinions, as you would expect in those. We've got people that are saying give him time, get rid, and we've got Webby as well. So let's have a look what the lads in the fan cams are saying last night.
After the Brighton result, we reacted quite well. We looked like we were getting quite direct, we were creating chances, but then just talking about the second half, we just came out a little bit flat.
3-0 at home to Tottenham, who we beat at home every f***ing year. Sorry to swear. Mate, lost the room, lost the dressing room, that's it.
Do you think this has been a long time coming?
It's 3-year season, 3-season wonder, innit?
Got to stick in together, haven't we? There's no point screaming. I've seen all those plant pots at that thingies there having a go get rid of the manager. What that's going to do? You know what I mean? You back the team, you back the club. 6 points at Burnley on Sunday, can't wait, you know what I mean?
That second half was akin to some of David Moyes' football. You know when the Liverpool and City beat us 3-0 at Old Trafford, it was akin to that. And I don't think there's any room for that at a club like Man United. And there's been rumours of, you know, sacking him, and Zidane's interested and the club's come out and backed him. If they are going to sack him, it's probably a good time to sack him now so that someone else can come in, maybe possibly Zidane, and try and salvage something for us, because the gap isn't going to be that big at the start of the season.
This game, he did it right for me, in my opinion. And, you know, he can't make Lukaku score. He can't make Pogba score. And I just think maybe a lot of these...
Do you think they're playing for him?
You can say or they're not. I think Pogba and Martial, and I mean, that's ones we've heard about, they're waiting, they're just biding their time. And I think that Edward, I know You know, I don't really like those above, and I think they're not backing him. You know, 70 million to win the league, that's not backing him. So I think Ed Woodward and all them above are saying to Martial, you know, we don't want him to leave. I don't want him to leave either. But if you're not going to play for the badge, if you're not going to, you know, Luke Shaw was the only one who came and clapped us. Are you mad? You know, if you're not going to play for the badge, get gone. But I think that, you know, they're not playing for us, so let them go.
Fred was probably our best player, and Herrera as well. But you know, they took Herrera out to bring Sanchez in.
Do you think these players are playing for the manager at the moment?
I think they are. You know, to be honest, I think they are. You know, but Mourinho, does he have a good backing?
Thanks to everybody who came and joined us for the fan cams. You can check all of those out on the channel right now as soon as you finish this video. We've also got the debate coming up this week. I'm not sure what the topic of that is yet. I'm sure we're probably going to find out very, very soon. I'm sure you could probably guess it as well. We've also got a Burnley preview and everything that we usually have coming out this week as well. So let's get into what the lads are saying in the fan cams. So there was obviously the lost the dressing room line. I really don't think that's the case. I don't think that first half performance was reminiscent. I thought if it was another like Brighton, you could definitely start to say that that was the case, but I thought that they stepped up and it just didn't go. 3-season wonder. Now, why does everyone level this? Jose Mourinho is the only one who's managed to go 3 seasons, bar Zidane at Real Madrid or at Chelsea. Who else has lasted 3 seasons? Do you know who the next closest guy to Jose Mourinho is at Chelsea that's lasted more than like 100 and something matches? It's Jose Mourinho in his other reign. You're talking about the meltdown at 2 clubs that are literally notorious for getting rid of people. I think the average reign of a manager at Real Madrid is like 9 months. And the average reign of someone at Chelsea is about 11 months. So Jose Mourinho having 3 seasons at both of those shows that he's probably a bit more long-term than people give him credit for. He didn't have a meltdown at Porto, and he certainly didn't have a meltdown at Inter Milan, where he left both of those as a Champions League winner. So this 3-season wonder thing has been massively overplayed. Now, Webby, as again, back the team, back the club. Nat saying if the players aren't going to play, then get them gone. And I think she was absolutely spot on. Luke Shaw has really turned a corner for us this season. Some disappointing performances and attitudes from certain players that needs to fix up. Maybe the window being open for another couple of days might fix that one. So let's see what people in the comments are saying. Mourinho will play for the present. Mourinho plays for the present isn't a good mentality. But that's, I think, if you look at what's going on with the fans aren't willing to build. The fans aren't willing to allow someone the time to rebuild. That might not be every fan, but that's certainly a lot of the fan mentality, is that people are demanding that we have results. We came second last year. What makes you think that we would do any better regardless anyway? I think there's a big issue with that. We can't play attacking football because our defence is terrible, says Avon. I think there's some truth to that, absolutely. No player has progressed under Jose, they've regressed. Well, that's absolutely lies, isn't it? Jesse Lingard, for one, has improved. Paul Pogba, whether you like it or not, has improved. His numbers are better for matches that are at United than it was for Juventus. And you're going to not believe this one, but Tony Marshall's numbers are better at Manchester United now under Jose Mourinho than when he was our top scorer under Louis van Gaal. So, you know, that's a lie. Ashif says, I love Jose and Ed Woodward. These are going too fast, mate, now they're this big. Can't read them. Zenio says, we are Manchester United, loyalties in our blood. Back the manager. Gone again. United fans don't know what the problem is, says Mr. Cliffdog. There might be a case of that, yeah. And we're not privy to all of the information in, around, and everything that's going on with the club. So yeah, we might not know for definite what the problem is. We have our with suspicions. You know, it's the one. Daniel says, Howson, it's Pogba's 3rd year here and he didn't improve a bit. He's an absolute waste of space. Well, if you look at what Pogba achieved last season, considering how far or how long he was out, then that's just not the case, is it? He does have to find a way to be more consistent. I absolutely agree with that. And he needs to cut out some of the stupid mistakes, but you can't just say the guy's a waste of space. That's ridiculous. Louis says, City outspent us 800 million in the last decade. Their 11 is worth 900 million. Jose is right. Second with that Frankenstein squad is a massive achievement. I do agree on that. I absolutely agree on that. I feel we're massively overrated, says Beats by CM. There might be a case of that too. Just trying to get some more of the comments. I can't read them. Anyway, we have got United on YouTube. You can send us a video for United on YouTube in the link that's in the description as well. Send it to our Gmail if you want to get involved in this video. But here's the lads that we've got this week. Let's take it away.
Listen, Ed Woodward, I hope you're freaking happy. And here's why. You see, you're like a math teacher telling a kid, do this math problem, or else you're going to get kicked off the school team. And I know I didn't teach you it, but still do it. That's what you are, Woodward.
You can't blame Jose Mourinho in every match because he does not set up his team to concede goals every time. If you have seen his record, he has the best defensive record in whole league in the previous teams he have managed.
Didn't give Mourinho all the barrel. Didn't give him the players that he wanted. Perisic. What happens? 3-0 home loss to Tottenham Hotspur. 3-0. They're defending on the third goal. Crap, man. Crap. Freaking Toby Alderweireld. What a performance tonight. What a performance. Man of the match, man. Man of the match. Who do we have? Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, Victor Lindelof. Did he want these players? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. The attitude's not right. The mentality's not right. So, no, he didn't.
The on-field players have to create chances. If players do not want to play for the manager, get rid of the players, not the manager. The manager is a winner. Get the hell out of our team or play for the team.
Bull crap. Honestly, I'm so pissed off. This is the most pissed off I've been under the Mourinho era. And that's why I'm ending this video now. Hope you're happy. I'll see you later next week when we lose 2-0 to Burnley.
Cheers to those guys for getting views in. If you want to send your view in after the Burnley game, then as I said, hit us up, FullTimeDEVILS@gmail.com. You'll find that in the description below. And send us a video, 30 seconds or so, giving your thoughts on the Burnley game. Now, the Burnley game, there's a very interesting tweet from Simon Stone, if we can just pull it up, and let's have a look at what he was saying. So I think that this is, I'm trying to imagine how this came about, because we know that there's briefings from directors, from the press officer at United and things like that, and Simon Stone's privy to a lot of what's going on the inner workings at Manchester United, and I think this tweet of his should be taken quite seriously. It's only got 40 retweets. It's mad that he's not taken as seriously as he should be. So it says, confidence at Man United remains that Jose Mourinho can turn the present situation around. Sympathy for the manager's view that the first half performance last night was a very good one. Now, this is the line, I agree with all of that. But this is the line that I think is like a bit of a warning. So Burnley, in brackets, 1 point from 3 games, and Europa League match to play on Thursday are next. I think I can almost imagine that being said with a look in somebody's eye like, next week's Burnley though, they've only got 1 point and they're playing Europa on Thursday, as if next week better be a victory or another good performance. I don't even know if a good performance and a loss would go down at this stage. But I think that's very interesting, and Simon's someone who should definitely be paid attention to. I definitely think that someone is letting the word be known there. I do think that the decision will be a board one that is a financial one. They'll do the calculations and they'll say, we're not turning it around from here in our view. Let's get someone in and give them the opportunity, because we know that the board are absolutely reliant on getting top 4. The reason why David Moyes was gone, because mathematically top 4 was over. The reason why Louis van Gaal was gone was because we didn't achieve top 4. Now, I don't think it's going to get to the case where if United are hovering around 10th, 12th, that they would wait that long, because I think that they need to achieve top 4 this season for different sponsorship requirements. And as I said, ultimately, I think it'll be a financial decision. But that's it from us this week. Thank you guys for joining us. As you can see, all of the 3-word reviews that are here on social media, you can get involved with those immediately after the match every single week. You can send us a 30-second review for United on YouTube. And as usual, stay in the comments and subscribe if you're new. And we will see you with all the rest of the content that we've got coming up this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. And we will see you in the next one, which we hope is 3 points and a bit of a happier mood.